Well, Eddie told me last night I had an hour and a half up here, and then and then, and then Joe he said, "Oh, I don't think so." He said we need to keep things moving, so I reduced it down to about 2 minutes. So uh, I'm very honored for this award. I said all the time I didn't feel like I deserved it, but at 75-year old. It's really an honor, and I'm really thankful for it. I'd like to introduce my family that's here today, right quick. They drove 3.5 hours to be here, so they begged me to show them up anyway. But no, my oldest daughter, she's at home. She's had some health issues. Her name is Dina, and her husband, Rick. They're home cutting beans. We got down to 193 acres last night, so we feel like we're just almost done. But with me today, I have my middle daughter, is Dana, and her husband, Terry Martin. They're from Hopkinsville. And then I have my youngest daughter, I call her my baby, Denise, and her husband, Brad King. They're from Murray. And then I have my granddaughter, Keisha, and her two sons, Lane and Gavin. And they're going to be the next Cunningham Farms coming along here with us. Gavin said that he thought he ought to get a little part of this because he helped so much on the farm. So I'll have to share some of it with him, you know. Then I often laughed about, I told him last night, we had Dina, Dan, and Denise. And when Denise was born last, why, the pediatrician there in Murray, he was an older fella, he told Judy, he said, you ought to change your name. Said, Danny with a D, Denise, Dina, Dan, and Denise. And she said, I have. I'm done. So, so with that, I would like to thank her. She was probably 51% of Cunningham Farms. We had 54 years together, raised 3 beautiful kids. I'll get over this in a minute. But she was a big part of it, and she was 110% Farm Bureau. She thought Mark Haney hung the moon, and always did. I told her one time, I said, I'm going to get about half jealous the way you talk about Mark, But she did. She did everything Mark done. She thought was just A1 okay. And I'd like to thank my chapter. We bring 15, 20 here every year. A lot of good leadership, local and state level there. They've been behind me all the time, and couldn't be any better chapter in West Kentucky than they are. And just glad to be a part of them. They're real good. I'd like to thank David Davis over there. I called him several times over this. I got mixed up on all this timing, and I thought this Sunbelt thing was the next week. And boy, I was in a panic. So David Davis, he sort of helped me out on that. And I'd just like to thank all the Farm Bureau. Like I said, 75-year-old, I never thought of ever achieving anything like this, and it is a big honor. I've had people call from people that I was in high school with and things that live off from here. I don't know how they seen it all, but Farm Bureau did a great job of getting it out to everybody. And I've had calls congratulating me, and it really makes me feel good. And I just got to tell one little story out just on my dad. Yesterday, talk about the truck. We had a 46 Chevrolet that was a flatbed truck and had sideboards on it a giraffe couldn't have got out of. And it was our Sunday truck, go to church, our town going to town, hauling cattle, hogs, whatever it was doing. I had, at Penny, I don't never remember seeing a bumper sticker in my life at that age. This is along about 51 or 2. We didn't even have electricity in 52. But Dad come home, and he was always a Farm Bureau member. And he'd got some stickers. They was bumper stickers. They were about this long and had Farm Bureau. And he put them on the door of that truck. And that's what made me think of that out there. Until we got shed of that truck, those Farm Bureau stickers on each side of that door of that truck, And he was a true Farm Bureau member. And I looking back that in 1959, I turned 16, and I started belonging to Farm Bureau about that age because I borrowed $635, I think it was, bought a wore-out 56 Chevrolet, and paid on it for the rest of my life, I felt like. But that started me with Farm Bureau, insurance on that old car. So I can't say enough about Farm Bureau. What other group could last going into our 100 years at the things that they do for you and I in Washington, Frankfort, and just in our local areas here, our chapters, the things we do to enhance the people we vote for and everything, and be a part of an organization like this. Couldn't just be no better. And again, I'm just very humble, and I thank everyone for this honor, and I'm going to enjoy it. Thank you.